Hi, and welcome to the Haverhill Journal, where we give you a quick look each week at what's going on in our city. I'm Lindsay Paris, and this week, the Journal's visiting one of the largest Italian festivals in the Northeast and heading into the woods of Winnekenni to explore their newest trails. But first, all of Haverhill is eagerly awaiting the River Ruckus and Rubber Duck Regatta happening September 6th. But what you may not know is that a top-secret meeting was held in an undisclosed location last week to rouse the ducks before their big drop with a meticulous washing and tagging. HC Media personality and point of reference host Frank Novak and I were invited into the fray to see exactly what happens at this annual christening of the ducks.
Hi everybody, I'm Frank Novak here for Point of Reference, but we are here today for the Rotary Club at the secret duck washing event. To going ahead and we're cleaning all the ducks just prior to the dumping of 10,000 ducks off of the bridge. And if you happen to be the lucky one that has subscribed and adopted that particular duck, you could win $10,000.
This is our 6th year, so we've done 5 of these in the past. Basically the way it works is we have 10,000 ducks. We sell them for $5 a piece, and you can get volume discounts on those with a Quackers dozen and a couple other the different denominations of ducks that you can buy. All of the proceeds of the Duck Regatta go to charities, so this is all nonprofit volunteer labor. All goes back to the community, and some lucky person is going to win $10,000, and that's donated by Rockingham Toyota.
Did you know that part of your job as chamber president was going to be peeling labels off ducks?
Absolutely, it was part of the contract. No, really, I didn't know, but it's a privilege for me to be here and part of the Haverhill Rotary.
One of the things that we're trying to do is promote Haverhill, and obviously we have great water frontage. We thought, how can we bring people to the water? How can we have a fundraiser that will bring the community together? And it just seemed obvious with the Merrimack River running through our backyard here that that would be a great place to have something, and Rubber Duck Regatta seemed like a good choice.
As in past years, the Duck Regatta is being held in conjunction with Team Haverhill's River Ruckus.
So Team Haverhill started with River Ruckus as an idea to try to attract as many people as possible to downtown Haverhill, figuring that particularly the river is this fantastic, some would say underutilized asset, so to draw as many people in as possible, both from inside of Haverhill and outside of Haverhill, trying to hopefully give them a very positive experience of being down here. So we try to do a little something for everybody, from the classic car show up on Washington Street, the children's activities that'll be here by the gazebo area, the Taste of Haverhill with a lot of great restaurants from Haverhill. So it ends up making a fantastic day, and then at the end of it, it culminates with probably the most fantastic fireworks show you're going to see, certainly here in Haverhill, and some say them they've ever seen.
The car show, if you've remembered in years past, has been great. We've had World War II authentic Jeeps. We've had cars from the 50s, from the 60s, from the 70s. You name it, and it's there. But if you happen to have a classic or antique car and you like to bring it on down, come on down. We might even be able to get you on the air and help tell your story.
Jonathan, you keeping up the pace over here?
I sure am. Am I doing it as well as Frank is?
While we're doing this, if you take a look at the entire room, and I think you've got a shot of that, everybody's here on a collective effort just to do the right thing. And they're having a little bit of fun at the same time. As it turns out, we have a certain kinship. I don't want to say that all the ducks are wearing sunglasses because I happen to be wearing sunglasses, but I'll take that if you want. There's a quack pack, and there's a dozen, and there's all kinds of other things. I don't know. Just adopt a duck. You'll have a good time, and you'll serve a good cause.
Not only is it for a good cause, but it's also great odds. It's one winner will win $10,000. One winner out of 10,000 chances. So, what can you do with $10,000?
I can think of a lot of things.
It's a great cause. Everybody has a lot of fun. We make a lot of money on this, and we disperse it to among 40 to 60 area charities as well as international organizations too. So the fact is, when somebody goes ahead and they adopt a duck, they're helping far more many people and organizations than they ever thought they would.
So come on down this Saturday, September 6th, for our spectacular quacktivities and a duck race with a finish that you will not be disappointed to witness.
HC Media will be broadcasting live from the River Ruckus and Duck Regatta from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday. So if you can't make it down to the river, tune into Channel 22 to catch all the action. Here in northeastern Mass, we're blessed with a strong ethnic heritage, and nowhere is that more evident than at the 91st Feast of the Three Saints, held recently in downtown Lawrence by the St. Alfio Society. HC Media Director of Operations and Journal cameraman Matt Belfiore and I switched it up this time, with Matt stepping in front of the lens to get his Italian on last Friday night.
If you're Italian and you're from the Merrimack Valley, on a day like today, there's nowhere else to be than right here in Lawrence. Yes, we are the Haverhill Journal, but at times like this, we reach out into the rest of the Merrimack Valley because this event doesn't just affect Lawrence, it affects everybody in the area. And with a last name like Belfiore, how could I not be here? This is it, the Feast of the Three Saints. As you can hear, the band behind me is going to blow my head off. I gotta go. Folks, I'm here with Mike Contarino right now. And with a name like Contarino, you know he must be Italian.
I'm Italian. I'm full-blooded Sicilian.
Full-blooded Sicilian. I'm only a quarter Sicilian, so...
That's plenty.
You're right, a quarter is plenty. Mike, I want to ask you a little bit about what this entire festival is about.
This feast is put on, this is the 91st year, in honor of three brothers who actually gave their lives because they wouldn't denounce Christianity.
I want to ask you, being an Italian, do you pronounce it ricotta or ricotta? Just want to know.
Regatta.
Thank you, thank you. That's for my wife, who makes fun of me when I say ricotta.
My grandfather, my father, my uncles, and all my cousins were members, and my brother. I've been coming to this feast, like I said, since I was a kid. And every time I see those saints come out, tears come rolling down my eyes.
Folks, I am here with the mayor of Lawrence himself, Mr. Daniel Rivera. How are you today?
Doing great. It's the Feast of the Three Saints.
Tell us a little bit about what you think an event like this means to the city of Lawrence and the Merrimack Valley in general.
Well, anything that's been going on 90 plus years through the same streets and the same neighborhoods is an important part of our community. We love them so much. The men of St. Alfio's, the women of St. Alfio's, having the Holy Rosary Parish.
People come from all over the country that have come here for this feast because they have roots here in the community. Most of the Italian Americans that lived here, I grew up just a street away, may have moved out of the city, but we all come back for this feast to enjoy it with our families, and it's passed on from generation to generation.
These sashes represent, again, our brotherhood, the blood of our martyrdom of our saints and our brothers, and we wear these sashes to remember what they sacrificed for us over 2,000 years ago.
Quick question for you. What's your favorite food here?
Crispelli with anchovies.
Oh, he's an anchovy man. Okay, very good.
I'm a rice ball guy. I like rice balls because in Latin food, a lot of rice and beans, right? So I like a rice ball because you imagine breaded rice with cheese in it.
Could you talk to me? Just tell me what's in this rice ball. What is this? It's so good. You got to tell me a little bit about it.
I can't tell you.
It's top secret or?
Top secret.
Tell me what's your favorite food down here tonight?
I haven't found one I don't like yet.
About 10, 11 years ago, we did a little show called the Haverhill Journal, much like the Haverhill Journal you're watching right now. And on that Haverhill Journal, we had a reporter, an entertainment reporter, and her name was Shauna Laprel. And Shauna Laprel, look who we ran into here at the Italian Festival.
Yes, I'm here, a true Italian through and through. My mom was a Lupi in Haverhill, and the Lupis are well known. They're musicians from Haverhill. Everybody lives in Haverhill, so everybody knows the Lupis.
My uncle took guitar lessons from one of your relatives.
I bet he did.
Folks, with me right now, I have none other than Northeast ACM award winner for his wonderful show on HC Media, known as
the Essex County Ghost Project TV show.
Essex County Ghost Project TV show, Mr. Tom Spitaleri. Tom, how many of these have you been to?
This started my 38th year coming.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Great time. Every year I have a blast.
And how old are you?
I'm 38 years old.
He's been on this earth for 38 years, folks. And every one of those years, Tom Spitaleri has been on this street. Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin?
Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra. You gotta go with Frank.
I'll go for Frank Sinatra because I danced to a version of his song, The Way You Look Tonight, at my wedding almost 20 years ago.
They're both. It's 1A and 1B. Okay, they're 1A and 1B. Both of them great.
Frank was my dad's favorite singer, although Dean was pretty close second. I grew up listening to both probably every day of my life for my first 15 years.
Can you give me a little bit of That's Amore?
When the moon hits your eyes like a big pizza prize, that's amore.
That's amore. It's been a fun night. We laughed a lot. We ate a lot. We listened to a lot of bands. We kind of went deaf because of all the cannons, and we picked a lot of confetti out of our hair. Well, those of us who have hair. I felt my Italian pride tonight, and I think the entire Merrimack Valley has. For the Haverhill Journal, I'm Matt Belfiore. Buon Natale, which means Merry Christmas. But it's all I know. Ciao.
The St. Alfio Society holds its Italian feast every Labor Day weekend, so stop by next year for the best Italian food, fun, and festivities in the Merrimack Valley. The New England Mountain Bike Association, known as NEMBA, is active all over the region, not only riding, but cutting forest trails for park users to enjoy. Winnekenni Park has recently been the beneficiary of the NEMBA North Shore Chapter's trail cutting initiative, and the Journal's Colin Kennedy and Ralph Brown captured how these hardworking volunteers are bringing the trail riding experience to local residents. NEMBA volunteers spent a recent sunny Saturday morning on the shores of Canosa Lake, working to improve the trail system at Haverhill's most popular forest.
We're working with Councilor Tom Sullivan to improve the existing trails that are here. A lot of them are old, been used for a long time. They weren't designed correctly, so they're not sustainable. So they're beginning to wash out. And when that begins to happen, there's a lot of loose rocks, a lot of roots, just tripping hazards for people. And not very friendly for mountain bikers, walkers, or even horse riders for that matter. So what we're doing is slowly closing the trails that can't be repaired and replacing them with new sustainable trails throughout the whole park up here.
I've been involved with the New England Mountain Bike Association with the North Shore Chapter for at least 15 years, and my role has sort of been to set up trail work projects as a component of, the things we do as a chapter. In addition to rides, it's a pretty important thing to do trail maintenance, to pay it back.
What makes a trail sustainable is the design. You got to be careful of the pitch and the grade of the hill you're working on to make sure that the biggest problem with trails is erosion. If water gets a chance to get flowing downhill, it really does a job on the trails in a hurry.
We're very excited to have NEMBA take an interest in Winnekenni Park. As Jeff has explained, the trails are badly eroded, and what they are doing, and what I hope they will continue to do for years to come, is to replace those trails like they've started with a series of trails that will encompass the entire park.
It's just absolutely gorgeous. You can't deny the views and the way it is.
There's not many walking areas around this area. To walk, bike, and jog, and just a leisurely walk.
Yeah, you got people mountain bikes, you got people strollers walking
babies.
through the babies, just people looking for the views, and
fresh air,
and like
exercise.
I said, and coming through this thing for all those years, I just
Still
can't get
brings
enough
us
of
back
it.
here. Yeah, we always come back here.
Yeah,
always.
Yeah,
we're here at least like once a week.
Very
good.
Yeah,
Yep.
So we love it. Yeah.
Lots of different groups could benefit from what's happening here today. We're very fortunate that they took an interest in our park. They do this type of work in parks all over New England, and they're very happy about this park because this park is not a very rocky granite style type park like Harold Parker, which they do a lot of work up there, and they made a great improvement up there. But this is pretty much solid ground where they can really make significant changes, and it's all good.
If you'd like to get involved with NEMBA, visit their website at nsnemba.org. As fall beckons, the cooler weather makes it a perfect time to get out and participate in one of the big road race events coming up in the city. The Bob Laprel 4-mile road race and 2-mile walk is happening this Sunday, September 7th, kicking off at 10 a.m. at Haverhill High School. Participants can win great prizes, and all proceeds will benefit the Robert C. Laprel Scholarship Fund. You can still register up to 9:30 a.m. on race day. Visit boblaprelroadrace.com to register. On October 12th, the 28th annual Bobby Bell 5-mile road race, the longest continuous event held in downtown Haverhill, is going off at 11 a.m. with its legendary post-race party to be held at the Lasting Room. Part of the proceeds will go to the Tony Sapienza Math Scholarship Fund. For more information, visit yankeetiming.com/bbell. If you have a story or event you'd like to see featured on the Haverhill Journal, call us at 978-372-8070 or email info@mediahc.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook or at our YouTube channel, HCTV Haverhill. And that's what's happening in Haverhill the week of September 4th. Just a quick reminder, don't forget to get out and vote in the state primary election September 9th. I'm Lindsay Paris, and we'll see you next week.